A large crowd had gathered to listen to Jesus as he taught about God's love. People had come from nearby villages and towns, eager to hear his words. All day long, Jesus spoke, sharing wisdom and performing miracles, healing the sick and comforting those in need. The crowd was amazed at his teachings, and they didn't want to leave. But as the sun began to set, the disciples noticed something. There was no food. The people had been listening to Jesus for hours, and now they were hungry. The disciples came to Jesus and said, "Master, it's getting late, and the people have nothing to eat." But Jesus looked at the crowd with compassion and said, "They don't need to go away. You give them something to eat." The disciples were surprised. "But Lord, we only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish." Jesus smiled and said, "Bring the food to me." Then Jesus told the people to sit down on the grass in groups. Everyone waited quietly, wondering what he would do next. Jesus took the loaves and fish, looked up to heaven, and gave thanks to God. Then he broke the bread and fish into pieces and handed them to the disciples to distribute to the people. The disciples obeyed, passing out the food. But something incredible happened. The bread and fish never ran out. No matter how many people they gave food to, there was always more left. The people ate, and they ate, and they ate until everyone was full. Not just a little full, completely satisfied. What started as a small meal for 1 or 2 people had become a miracle that fed thousands. When everyone had finished eating, Jesus told the disciples, "Gather up the leftovers so nothing is wasted." The disciples went around collecting the extra pieces of bread and fish, and to their amazement, they filled 12 baskets full of leftovers. The crowd marveled at what had just happened. They knew that this was not just an ordinary man. They realized that Jesus was truly sent by God. The people whispered among themselves, "Surely, this is the prophet who was promised to come." They were amazed and wanted to make him their king. But Jesus knew that his kingdom was not of this world. So, after the miracle, he quietly left and went up the mountain to pray. Through this incredible miracle, Jesus showed that God provides for all our needs. Even when something seems impossible, with faith and trust in God, nothing is too hard for him. Just like he fed the 5,000 with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, God can take what little we have and multiply it beyond what we could imagine. All we have to do is trust him, just like the disciples did that day. John 6:35. Then Jesus declared, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." Did you enjoy this story? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new Bible story. And tell us in the comments, what was your favorite part of today's story? See you next time.
One small boy had a picnic to share, with 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish so rare. Jesus smiled and looked to the sky. He gave thanks as the crowd drew nigh. Loaves and fishes, more than enough. Jesus showed love when times were tough. He feeds the heart and fills the soul. Loaves and fishes, he makes us whole. Crowd was hungry, the day was long. Thousands sat waiting, growing strong. With just a blessing, the food spread wide. Every hand held a feast with pride. Loaves and fishes, more than enough. Jesus showed love when times were tough. He feeds the heart and fills the soul. Loaves and fishes, he makes us whole. 12 baskets left, not a crumb to waste. Plenty for all, a heavenly tale